Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the continuation of the last chapter, chapter number 15, superposition. The topic we are going to study in this video are interference of waves. We know that when the rain drops, we have seen that the ripples in the pond, when raindrop falls, you will see the interference pattern in that. As the wave formed by a raindrop moves outward, it interferes with the waves formed by the other raindrops. So they will interfere with each other in an unstable pattern. एक कतरा कहीं पे गिर रहा है, दूसरा पानी का कतरा कहीं गिर रहा है, तीसरा कहीं गिर रहा है. They do not have a stable pattern of interference. So there तो इसको समझने से पहले we should understand what is coherent wave, what is coherence. There are two pictures shown in this slide. If the wave emitting from a source have the same frequency, wavelength, amplitude, and they are in phase with each other, then they are called coherent waves. एक सोर्स में से दो वेव्स निकल रही हैं, उनकी फ्रीक्वेंसी भी सेम है, वेवलेंथ भी सेम है, एम्पलीट्यूड भी सेम है, और दे आर ऑल्सो इन फेज विद ईच अदर, तो हम कहेंगे ये दोनों वेव्स कोहेरेंट वेव्स हैं. फॉर स्टेबल पैटर्न ऑफ इंटरफेरेंस द वेव शुड बी कोहेरेंट. तो जो हमने अभी रेन ड्रॉप के केस में देखा था, वहाँ पे दे वर नॉट कोहेरेंट, तो दैट इज वाई स्टेबल पैटर्न नहीं बनता. उनकी इंटरफेरेंस जब वो आपस में इंटरफेयर करती हैं वेव्स रेन ड्रॉप्स की, दे डू नॉट मेक अ स्टेबल पैटर्न. You can observe that filament bulbs do not emit light wave of same frequency and wavelength, so they are not coherent. But the laser light emits the light waves who can have same frequency and wavelength and are in phase with each other. So hope you have understood the concept of coherent waves. Now let's move on. What is constructive interference and what is destructive interference? If two waves are in phase with each other, in phase mean if at a point there is a crest of one wave, at the same point at the same time there should be the crest of the other wave as well. यानी एक पॉइंट के ऊपर दे शुड बोथ ऑफ द वेव्स शुड हैव द क्रस्ट. अगर दोनों वेव्स का ट्रफ आ रहा है तो बोथ ऑफ देम शुड हैव द ट्रफ एट दैट पॉइंट, so they will be in phase with each other. So if two waves are in phase with each other, if their crust arrive at a point exactly at the same time when they interfere, so they will interfere constructively. If the two waves are in phase with each other, जब वो आपस में मिलेंगी, they will interfere constructively as shown in the diagram. They are in phase with each other, so they are meeting constructively. As a resultant, the resultant wave will be produced, which will have a crest much higher than the either of the two individual waves, and the trough much deeper than the two individual waves. For example, if we look into the figure, the amplitude of both the wave is 1 at the crest. Right? Then the amplitude of the resultant wave will be 2 at the crest. If two waves are out of phase, like this in this case, when two waves are out of phase, which means that at a point, if there is a crest on one wave, at the exactly same point, there will be a trough of the second wave. So they will be out of phase. When the waves will be out of phase, they will interfere destructively. As a result, the resultant wave will be produced, which will have a crest much smaller than the either of the two individual waves. So you can see in the diagram, for example, if the amplitude of the first wave is 1, at same time the amplitude of the second wave is -1, then the resultant wave will be 0. So this is destructive interference. Hope you understood. then when the waves interfere each other, then there is a phase difference between the waves. For example, we have two sources releasing the waves. This is source 1 and we have source 2. Blue is the source 1, red is the source 2. These are the waves which they are releasing. So we are seeing the wave front. We are looking the wave from the top. That is why we are seeing the wave front. And we know that the distance between the two wave fronts is equal to lambda. So this will be equal to lambda. Similarly, in similar thing will happen in the red waves as well. This is another wave, and the distance between these two waves will be lambda, and the total distance from the source will be distance between the two waves will be lambda, and the total distance from the source will be 2 lambda. Similarly, here we have the third wave. This third wave will have a distance from the center which will be equal to 3 lambda. Similar will be for red waves. For here we will have 4 lambda and we will have 5 lambda. So for example, we have 5 waves, and now these 5 waves are interfering with each other. 5 waves of blue are interfering with the 5 waves of red. Then what will happen? These blue and red lines represent the crust. ये जो red lines हैं, they are representing the crust, and the middle of these two red lines is a trough. Similarly, the middle of two blue lines is a trough, because दो lines के दरमियान एक complete जो है वो wave है. So at the middle there is a trough. ठीक है? So we have a trough at the middle. When the crust of when a crust interferes a crust, for example at point A and point B, you can see that at point A, crust of red is interfering the crust of blue. Similarly, at point B, the crust of red is interfering with the crust of blue. Then what happens? There will be constructive interference, and the resultant will be a maxima. When a crust interferes a trough, for example at point C, you can clearly see that there is a crust of red wave and a trough of blue wave. So when a crust interferes a trough, there is destructive interference, and the resultant wave will be a minima. So let's go into the detail so you can have a thorough understanding of this topic. So let's see that at point A, now you think what will be the wavelength of red wave? That is 1 lambda. And for blue, at point A, the blue will have a wavelength of 5 lambda. So the path difference between these two waves will be 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4 lambda. And we know that in one wavelength there are 360 degrees, or you can say there are 2 pi radians. So the phase difference between these two waves at point A will be equal to 4 multiplied by 2 pi, which will equal to 8 pi. So it means they will be in phase with each other. Whenever there is a phase difference of 2 pi or 4 pi or 8 pi or 10 pi or 12 pi, they will be in phase with each other. And the resultant will be a maxima. Similarly, at point B, you can see that red wave is 3 lambda, blue wave is also 3 lambda. So the path difference will be 0 lambda. So they will be exactly overlapping each other. So phase difference will also be 0, and they will be in phase with each other and will form a maxima. Now we'll look into the point C. At point C, red wave is 5 lambda. It is a complete wave. And the blue is 3.5, because it is between 3 and 4. So blue is the wavelength of blue from the source, from the center, will be 3.5 times of the lambda. So the path difference will be equal to 5 minus 3.5, which will be 1.5 lambda, and the phase difference will be 3 pi. So it means they are out of phase. Whenever there will be a phase difference of pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, 9 pi, the waves are out of phase with each other. So it will be a minima at that point. So you can see in the picture we have this green line. If you look into the diagram, we have a green line. This is the line for central maxima. What is central maxima? Central maxima is the position where the path difference is zero. Like in the case of the B case, in the point B, where 3 lambda minus 3 lambda was equal to 0. So the path difference is 0, phase difference is 0, and these are the 3 points. If you look at all these 3 points, or at all these 3 points, it is equal to, at the point which is the first point, it is equal to 5 lambda minus 5 lambda. The second point, it is 4 lambda minus 4 lambda. The third point, it is 3 lambda minus 3 lambda. So every point will have a phase difference of 0 and path difference of 0. So on this line, all the points on this line will have a phase difference of 0, and all the points on this line will make a central maxima. Then there comes a first order maxima. First order maxima, these two lines, all the points on these two lines will make first order maxima. And what is that? When the path difference is lambda, it is called first order maxima. For example, you can see in these 2 points, in the above point, the blue is 4 and the red is 5. So the difference will be 5 minus 4, which will be equal to lambda. In the which is at the bottom, at the down, the red wave has the wavelength of 4 lambda, and the blue wave have a wavelength of 5 lambda, and the difference will be equal to lambda. Similarly, you can also see it on these 2 points. You can also observe it that the path difference on these 2 points will also be lambda. So if the path difference is lambda, the phase difference will be equal to 2 pi, because we know that in one wave there is 360 degree and 2 pi radians. So if one wave is lambda times behind the other wave, it means that it is 2 pi times behind the other wave, and they are in phase with each other. They will make a maxima, and it will be a first order maxima. Then we have second order maxima. So these two lines, on these two lines, all the points on these two lines will make a second order maxima. So for example, second order maxima will be 2 lambda, in which the path difference, one wave will be 2 times the wavelength behind the other wave. So you can see that at these 2 points, the above point, the blue wave has a wavelength of 3 lambda, the red wave have a wavelength of 5 lambda. So the path difference is 2 lambda. And the second point has the on the second point, the red wave has a wavelength of 3 lambda, blue wave has a wavelength of 5 lambda, and they will have a path difference of 2 lambda. So if the path difference is 2 lambda, phase difference will be 2 into 2 pi, which will be 4 pi. So they will be in phase with each other and will make a maxima, which will be second order maxima. You can observe these 2 points as well. In 2 points पे क्या phase difference और path difference आ रहा है, you should think about it. Now we will move towards the minima. We will have a first order minima. In first order minima, the path difference will be 0.5 lambda. One wave will be half of the wave behind the other wave. So it means that one wave is pi radians behind the other wave. So if you look at all these 6 points, starting from the extreme right top point have on that point, red wave has a wavelength of 5 lambda and blue has a wavelength of 4.5. So the path difference will be 0.5. सो यू कैन ऑल्सो, बाकी सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स को आप लोग खुद से जो है वो मेजर कर सकते हो. पाथ डिफरेंस इन ऑल दीज 6 पॉइंट्स, द पाथ डिफरेंस विल कम 0.5 lambda. If the path difference is 0.5 lambda, the phase difference will be pi. And we know when the phase difference is pi, the waves are out of phase with each other. So it will form a minima at that point. Second order maxima, the phase difference is 1.5 lambda. So these are the points where the phase difference is 1.5 lambda. Let's look at one of the point. Let's talk about the right top point, which at which the red wave has a wavelength of 5 lambda, and the blue wave has a wavelength of 3.5. 5 minus 3.5 will be equal to 1.5 lambda. So if the path difference is 1.5 lambda, the phase difference will be equal to 1.5 times 2 pi, which will be equal to 3 pi. So we know that when the phase difference is pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, 9 pi, the waves are out of phase with each other. Hope you understood. Young's double slit experiment. In 18th century, Newton rejected the idea of light being a wave. उसने कहा कि light is not a wave. He did an experiment और उसने कहा कि light is a tiny stream of particles. The idea remained the accepted scientific theory for nearly 100 years because people trusted him. लोग उस पर यकीन करते थे. बहुत बहुत उसकी contribution थी. So this idea remained accepted idea for almost 100 years. Then a scientist named Young performed a wonderful experiment to demonstrate that light stream can interfere with each other. Two light streams can interfere with each other because we know that the masses, if the light is tiny particles, the particles cannot interfere with each other and they cannot merge with each other, but the waves can merge with each other. So in this experiment he showed that the light waves merge with each other, and which shows that light is not a particle, it is not tiny particles, it is the waves, because they were interfering with each other. So what he did in this experiment, the apparatus of this experiment needs a filament lamp, a color filter, single slit, a sheet in which there is a single hole, small hole, and a sheet in which there are two slits or two small holes, and at the end we need a screen. Two coherent waves are needed to make a stable interference pattern, because we know that the stable interference pattern can be formed by two coherent waves, and we know that coherent waves are those waves which have the same frequency. So to get this two waves of same frequency, what he did, he did that by introducing a monochromatic light. और मोनोक्रोमेटिक लाइट उसने कैसे हासिल की, हाउ ही अचीव्ड अ मोनोक्रोमेटिक लाइट, ही प्लेस्ड अ कलर फिल्टर. Like here we have a lamp which is releasing lights of all the frequencies, from starting from red to violet, all the frequencies. It is releasing the light of all frequency, but we need a light of particular frequency, so that when two waves they interfere with each other, they should have the same frequency. तो उसके लिए उसने क्या किया, he put a color filter, and after passing the light after passing from that color filter become a monochromatic. It means that the color filter allowed only one specific frequency of the light to pass through it. He then placed a narrow sheet having single slit like this in front of this monochromatic light to diffract it. ये single slit में से जब light pass की, तो we know that after passing through the single slit the light diffracts. तो light diffracted like this. Then he placed a double slit. Light diffracting from the single slit arrives the double slit. and it again diffracts from the double slit. Now, when the light diffracted from the double slit, it becomes two waves, and both the waves had the same frequency, because we know that after diffraction, the frequency and the wavelength and the amplitude does not change. So, both the waves after passing through the double slit will have the same frequency and amplitude, and when those two waves of same frequency and amplitude reach the screen, at the near the screen they made a stable interference pattern. The coherent waves getting out of the double slit make an interference pattern on the screen. Young's double slit experiment successfully demonstrated that the light is a wave, because it interferes, and it interferes constructively to get a bright fringe. So mathematically, we can prove it. We can derive the formula to calculate the wavelength of light used to form an interference pattern. For example, you can see this is a double slit, and the light is going out of both these slits in the form of a single line, which is a ray of light. So in the figure, the separation between the two slits S1 and S2 is A. So we have these two slits, and the difference between the two slits is A. We call it A. An interference pattern is observed on the screen. So at the extreme right, we have a screen, and on the screen we have an interference pattern X. And that screen is at a distance D from the double slit. So the distance of the double slit and the screen is D. But one thing in this experiment is important, that this distance D should be much greater than the distance A. Right? Which means that the distance between the screen and the double slit should be much greater than the distance between the two holes of the slit of this sheet. X on the screen which is on the extreme right, the X portion on the screen is the distance between the two bright fringes. The path difference between S2A, the path difference between the two rays is S2A. It should be equal to lambda, because the waves are in phase with each other. So this distance S2A should be equal to lambda, and these angles theta 1, theta 2 are equal, because we know a theorem which states that if the angle between two lines is theta, the angle between their perpendicular is also theta. So you can see in this diagram, the line S1, S2 is perpendicular to the horizontal line XZ. Let me repeat this. The line S1, S2 is perpendicular to line XZ. Similarly, the line S1A is perpendicular to line XY. So, according to the theorem, if the angle between two lines is theta, angle between their perpendiculars is also theta. So, theta 1 will be equal to theta 2. So, now move on to this text written. As the angles are very small, so we can use the trigonometric approximation, in which when the angles are very small, we can put sine theta equals to tan theta. So we will put sine theta 1 equals to tan theta 2. So in triangle A, S1, S2, sine of theta 1 will be equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse, and the perpendicular is lambda. Hypotenuse, which is opposite to 90 degree, is A. So sine of theta 1 will be equal to lambda over A. In the second triangle XYZ, tan of theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So in this triangle, the perpendicular is X and the base is D. So that will be equal to X over D. So we will put them equal to 0. Lambda over A will be equal to X over D. So we can calculate lambda by calculating the length distance between the two holes or the two slits. We can calculate the distance D with the help of a scale or a rule or a foot. We can calculate the distance X which is shown on the screen, the distance between the two bright fringes, we can calculate all these distance with the help of the scale. Once we have calculated all these distance, we can calculate the lambda by putting the values in this formula. So this experiment, which is Young's double slit experiment, not only confirmed that the wave light is a wave, we can also calculate the wavelength of a light by using this experiment. So that is the end of the chapter. This topic of diffraction will be covered with the topic number 14, which is general wave properties. This diffraction topic will be covered in that video. So watch my other video, which is general wave properties, and the notes of this video. This slide is there in the description. You can download the notes from the description. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.